I have a question that has been in my mind for quite a while now. The Noble Quran says, let there be no compulsion in religion. That's point number one. And point number two is that the punishment for a Muslim who wants to come out of Islam, God forbid, is death punishment. According to me, this signifies a virtual compulsion in the mind that this is the punishment which will be given to me, so hence I cannot do it.
Hello everyone and welcome to Muhammad Mondays. This week we are going to be talking about apostasy from Islam. I have commonly heard Muslims say that there is no compulsion in religion, but it is a common tenet in Islamic nations to have either severe punishment, i.e. loss of property, children taken away, imprisonment, loss of rights, or even the death penalty for apostatizing from Islam. So how do these two things coexist? Isn't punishing someone with death for abandoning the faith a form of compulsion in religion? For those of you who don't know, I used to be a missionary in a Muslim-dominated part of the world, and while I was there, as our work would imply, we would cause people to apostatize from Islam and convert to Christianity. I stayed at an orphanage that was full of kids, but the weird thing about the orphanage was that most of the kids there were not orphans at all. They were just kids who had been kicked out of the house for apostasy. In many cases, especially for the girls who left the faith, the father would try and hunt them down to either force them into a marriage or kill them. I remember telling all of this to a Muslim friend from the West, and she didn't believe me. All she would say is they're wrong for doing it, and there is no compulsion in religion. So who is right? My westernized Muslim friend or nearly every Islamic nation on the face of the earth? Well, let's read about what the good Prophet Muhammad did and taught for instances of apostasy from Islam. I have been commanded to fight against people until they testify that there is no God but Allah, that Muhammad is his messenger, and they establish prayer and pay zakat, and if they do, their blood and property are guaranteed protection on my behalf. Allah's apostle said, the blood of Muslims who confess that none has the right to be worshipped but Allah and that I am his apostle cannot be shed except in 3 cases. In cases for murder, a married person who commits illegal sexual intercourse, and the one who reverts from Islam and apostatizes and leaves the Muslims. Ali burnt some people and this news reached Ibn Abbas, who said, had I been in his place, I would not have burnt them, as the Prophet said, don't punish anybody with Allah's punishment. No doubt, I would have killed them, for the Prophet said, if somebody, a Muslim, discards his religion, kill him.
This is a part of our religion, there's a reason to it. Yeah? There's a reason why there's a capital punishment. Because people like you, little weaklings, who leave their religion and cause corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt, and we're proud of that. Yeah? Capital punishment will be applied in an Islamic state. Yeah?
I hope that's enough evidence for you, but if it's not, feel free to leave a comment below to challenge me, because I'd love to share more. So let's briefly define what apostasy is. One scholar says it happens in 3 steps. First, the apostate had to have once have had faith, which means publicly professing all tenets of Islam. Secondly, there had to follow unbelief, meaning the public declaration of a breaking away from Islam. Having done these 2 things, the Muslim is now an unbeliever but not yet an apostate and thus not eligible for punishment. It isn't until the 3rd step happens, that there had to be an omission or failure to repent after the apostate was asked to do so. Okay, so to be considered an apostate, you have to be asked to return to the faith, and if you say no, then you are to be punished. I don't know how this can be interpreted as anything other than compulsion in religion, so I guess I'll just let the viewers decide. I watched a video by Zakir Naik on this topic, and his viewers seemed to disagree with him. He basically said apostasy is the equivalent of treason and therefore requires death penalty. You can watch it for yourself, and I will leave a link in the description. All I can really say is, I saw with my own eyes what happened to apostates. I watched videos of people being killed for apostasy. I heard story after story from my friends of people that were killed for being Christians. These are not isolated cases. These are common in Islamic nations. You can choose to think whatever you want, but all of the evidence is really stacked against you if you think there is truly no compulsion in religion in Islam. If you are like me and you think people shouldn't be killed for leaving their religion, then I have great news for you. If you become a Christian, there is absolutely no punishment for leaving the faith. So feel free to convert anytime you like, and if you decide you don't like it anymore, you're free to go. We Christians welcome everyone because we truly do not have compulsion in religion. I hope you enjoyed this Muhammad Monday. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and be sure to check out some of my other Muhammad Mondays. Comment with any other Muhammad stories you would like to see, or any other topics you think people would find interesting. There really is no shortage of content from Islam.